Hello, welcome back to another episode of Economic Analysis. I'm Olivia, one of the economic coach at Future Achievers. Today, we're going to talk more about the topic of PED, which has similar concepts to PES. Similar to PES, PED also has mainly two values. When PED value is more than 1, it is named price elastic, and when PED value is less than 1, it is price inelastic. So the question now is, when do we know when PED is more than 1 or less than 1? One simple way you can do this is to ask yourself, how responsive will consumers be to a change in price due to a change in supply? If consumers are responsive to the change, it means that a change in the price will lead to a more than proportionate change in the quantity demanded of the good, and that is to say the demand will be price elastic. The converse will be true when the demand is price inelastic. So, the next question that you may be asking is, what are the determinants of PED? There are mainly 5 determinants. The first one, closeness and number of substitutes. Second, proportion of income. Third, degree of necessity of the good. Fourth, addictive nature of the good. And fifth, time period. I'll be mainly covering the first 2 determinants, number and closeness of substitutes and proportion of income. On to the first determinant. In the first determinant, number and closeness of substitutes, we are not identifying whether a good is a substitute. That is a demand determinant. Please take note. Hence, in this case, when there is a large number of substitutes and when the substitutes are close, that is to say that consumers will be responsive to the change in price when there is a change in supply. So, the demand will be price elastic. The opposite will also be true. However, if there is a lack of close substitutes, that is to say, consumers will not be as responsive, hence the demand will be price inelastic and PED value will be less than 1. The next determinant is the proportion of income. Goods such as salt and pepper takes up a small proportion of your income. Hence, when there is a fall in supply for goods such as salt and pepper, the price will increase and this will cause consumers to not be as responsive. Hence, the demand will be price inelastic and the quantity demanded will fall less than proportionately when there is an increase in price. The opposite will also be true for goods that takes up large proportion of one's income such as cars or houses. And so, when there is a fall in the supply of houses or cars, this will lead to an increase in the price of houses and cars. They take up large proportion of one's income, hence the demand will be price elastic and there will be a large proportion or a more than proportional fall in the quantity demanded of cars and houses in general. Similar to the concept that Rubin has covered in PES, PED can also help us explain the extent of change in prices. When there is a fall in the supply, for example, this will lead to an increase in price. But if the increase in price is to a large extent, you can hence conclude that the demand is price inelastic. On the other hand, if the fall in supply leads to a small increase in price, you can then conclude that the demand is price elastic. You can show the difference in the extent of price change as seen in the graph here. Please take note that when the demand is price inelastic, the graph will be steep, and when the demand is elastic, the graph will be gentle. Another important application of PED will be firms deciding whether to increase or decrease price when the goods have different PED value such that it can cause an increase in their total revenue, which you know that is the firm's goals and expectation. If a firm is selling a good that has a PED value of less than 1, the firm should choose to increase price because it will lead to a less than proportionate fall in the quantity demanded. You can look at this graph here. As seen from the graph, you can see that the increase in total revenue due to the increase in price is more than the decrease in total revenue due to the fall in the quantity. Hence, on the overall, there will be an increase in total revenue. On the other hand, if a firm is selling a good that has a PED value of more than 1, they should choose to decrease price because it will lead to a more than proportionate increase in the quantity demanded. So as you can see from the graph here, the increase in total revenue due to the increase in the quantity will be more than the decrease in total revenue due to the fall in price. Hence, on the overall, there will be an increase in total revenue similar to the first case. Just note that your end conclusion should always be an increase in total revenue, which corresponds with a firm's goals. We hope you managed to take down some important points of elasticity from this video. If you'd like to find out more about economics in general, do remember to visit us at www.futureachievers.com.sg. And for more information, we are also currently having a free trial class in our center. So do feel free to come on to our center to learn more about economics if you have any misconception. See you in the next one. Bye!